Hey, it's me, Chad Wade, and starting to do these pretty regular, here on Chad Talks. And today I want to talk to you, kind of you younger guys and girls out there. So if you're like 18 to 22 years old, or if you're just getting started because you may be a little bit older and you may have gotten a little slow, like, you're in college or you're in trade school. And if maybe even you're working your first real job. I mean, not like McDonald's, but McDonald's is a pretty decent job now. Apparently they make some good money. So if you're trying to figure it out, what the hell you're supposed to do with your life. Okay. All right. Well, this one's going to be for you. And I want to use a lesson from the Empire. Yeah. The Empire, Star Wars. But listen, not in a nerdy way, talking about real life lessons behind it. The Empire did not fall just because the rebellion showed up. Honestly, the rebellion was the pressure, and it exposed the weakness in the Empire. The weakness was already in the system. And this is how a lot of people mess up their lives early, very early. Believe you me, I should know. This is not always because the world destroyed them, and it's not always because they had bad luck, and it's not always because somebody else had more money, better parents, better connections, or better opportunities, although that does happen. A lot of people fall apart because they never built a system inside themselves. They don't have discipline, direction, standards, ability to adapt. They don't think for themselves. No ability to handle pressure, no plan, definitely no structure or self-control. And when life gets hard, they blame everything on everyone else or outside of themselves. But the weakness was already there. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Let's do it. So listen, life will expose what you refuse to build. When you're young, life starts testing you very fast. College tests you, trade school tests you, a job will test you. Those bills will definitely test you. Relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, they'll test you. Freedom, like on your own, will test you. Believe you me, alcohol, drugs, that'll all test you. Social media, although I didn't have that when I first got started, that's going to test you. Your friends, which mine did, will test you. I was lazy, so I know your laziness will test you. And here's the truth. Life does not usually destroy you all at once. It just exposes what you never built. So like if you have no discipline, college exposes it. If you have no work ethic, a job exposes it. If you have no real money habits, bills expose it. Well, and if you have no standards, your friend group exposes it. No identity, no real identity. The social media kind of apparently exposes that. And I know that from my business and from my jobs and other things I have going on. If you have no direction, freedom totally exposes that. And that is why so many people get out of high school and suddenly just fall apart. Because high school gave them a real structure. Somebody told them where to be. Somebody told them what time to show up. They told them what assignments were due, told them when to eat, told them when to leave. And suddenly they turn 18. Now, this is kind of sounding like prison to me, or jail or whatever. And nobody is apparently managing your life anymore. It's like when you get free from jail, all of a sudden now you got to do it all on your own. Well, being 18 and, just starting life, getting out of school, it's kind of the same thing. And now it's on you. And a lot of people are not ready for that. Not because you're stupid, but because you can't, you just can't succeed. But because they never built, your own internal structure. Now, next, let's talk about certainty, because it's not stability. One of the strongest lessons is that certainty is not stability. A lot of young folks think that they're stable because they have a plan. I'm going to college. I'm going to this trade. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to make money online. Well, hopefully that's not OnlyFans, because you're seeing how that's working out now. And I'm going to be successful. Oh yeah, how? I'm going to figure it out. Man, that sounds nice. It really does. It sounds nice, but a plan is not stability. A dream is not stability. A major is not stability. Job title, TikTok motivational videos. Stability comes from habits, from skills, from discipline, from showing up when you do not feel like it. It comes from being able to manage your time, your money, your emotions, your relationships, your decisions. You can be in college and still be unstable. You can be in trade school. You're unstable. Have a job, still be unstable. Have a business idea. You're probably unstable, because if your life depends on motivation, you're fragile. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline has to stay. How about this one? Fear is not structure. The empire mistook fear for structure. And a lot of young folks mistake pressure for discipline. They only work when they're scared. Scared of failing a class, of getting fired, of disappointing mom or dad or their boyfriend or girlfriend, of being broke, of looking stupid. But fear is not a long-term system. Fear might get you to move today, but it'll not build your life. If the only time you study is when the test is tomorrow, you don't have discipline. That's panic. If the only time you save money is when you're almost broke, you don't have financial control. Man, that's panic. If the only time you work hard is when someone's about to fire you or watching you, that's not work ethic, y'all. That's panic. And that's not how you build a life. You need standards. You need rules. You need to know what time to wake up, when to study, when to train, when to work, how much money you need to save, what you will not waste time on. You got to know this. Who you'll not hang around with. What habits you're not willing to tolerate from yourself or others. Because if you do not create standards for your life, life will create consequences for you. The consequences are a lot more painful than discipline. Here's another one for you. Obedience without understanding, that's fragile. This is where a lot of young people get trapped. They just follow the script. Go to school, pick a major, get a job, take out loans, buy a damn car, get an apartment, spend money recklessly, do what everybody else is doing. But they never stop and ask, why am I doing this? What's the big return? What skills am I actually building? What kind of life does this path create? How much money will I really make? How much debt am I taking on? What does the trade pay after 5 years? What does this degree actually do for me? What job does this lead to? What kind of people am I becoming like? Following instructions is not enough. You have to understand the path you're on. If you're in college, understand the economics of the degree. If you're in trade school, understand the long-term opportunity in that trade. If you're working, understand what skills that job is teaching you. And if you want to start a business, understand the numbers, not just the fantasy and the TikTok lifestyle and the reels that it makes. Do not just obey the path. You got to study the path, because blind obedience can lead you somewhere you don't really want to be. Here's one. Do not build your life around one thing. The Empire built the Death Star. Remember the Death Star, big globe-like thing, right? Like planet unto itself. One giant weapon, one giant answer, one giant solution. Young people do the same thing. You know, you think about one thing is going to save them, that one degree, that one job, that one business idea, that one special relationship, that one viral video, one certification, one trade, one connection, one opportunity. They think if I just get this one thing, everything changes. Well, maybe, but probably not. Real success is not one giant moment. Real success, it's a fleet of things. And your fleet is your skill set, your work ethic, reputation, communication, discipline, your money habits, ability to learn and to solve problems, right? Your ability to show up on time, not 5-10 minutes late. Your ability to finish what you started. your ability to take correction without falling apart and having to go to your safe space, your ability to be useful. That's your fleet. That is what makes you dangerous in a great way. Not one big dream, not one big announcement that you've told all of social media about, not that one big magical post, not that one big plan. Your daily habits are the fleet. Most people lose because their fleet is weak. They have dreams, but no discipline. They got opinions, but no skills. They have ambition, but no consistency. They have confidence, but no receipts. You don't build your life around one big thing. You build yourself into someone who can win in multiple ways. Here's another one. If your life only works when someone else is pushing you, it does not work. That's a big one. When you're young, it's easy to depend on external structure. You know, your parents teaching you, your teachers reminding you, your coaches are motivating you, your bosses make the schedule, your friends are influencing you to do whatever. But at some point, you have to become your own system. If you only wake up because someone makes you, if you only study because someone reminds you, if you only work hard when someone is watching, if you only save money because someone forces you, if you only do the right thing because you're afraid of getting caught, hey, you're not free, you're dependent. And freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is being able to control yourself when nobody is forcing you. That's real freedom. A lot of people turn 18 and think freedom means no rules, no curfew, no parents yelling, no one checking homework, no one telling them what to do. Then they waste 2 or 3 good years and wonder why life got harder. Well, because you failed to start. Because freedom without discipline is just chaos. You need to become the person who can manage yourself. That's adulthood, not age, not legally being grown, not moving out, not having a car payment. Adult is self-management. Here's another one. Your environment will shape you. It's a fact. You know, the empire believed uniformity created order. Look at all those stormtroopers. Look at everybody in a uniform. But for young folks, the better lesson is this. Your environment shapes your future. Who you hang around matters. What you watch matters. What you listen to matters. What you spend time on matters. What you normalize matters. If your friend group is lazy and broke and negative AF, addicted, unserious, and always making excuses, you better be careful because you may think you're different, but environment is powerful. You'll start talking like them, thinking like them, spending like them, avoiding responsibility like them, laughing at discipline like them, mocking people who are trying, and before you know it, you are becoming the exact same thing you said you'd never be. And you don't need to hate people to outgrow them. You don't need to act better than anybody, but you do need to protect your future. Trust me, I had to cut a whole group of folks off later in life because I learned that. At 18, 19, 20 years old, your circle matters more than you'll ever know. Trust me, had I have cut some of those folks off at that time, my life might be totally different. You got to find people who are building, people who work, people who train, people who study, people who save money, people who are trying to become something. Because if you're always the most serious person in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. Here's another good one. Meaning beats hype. The empire had true power. The rebellion, though, had meaning. And meaning is hard to beat. This matters because a lot of young folks chase hype. They want to look successful before they are. They want the image, the car, the clothes, the posts, the attention, the lifestyle, the relationship, the status. But none of that means anything if there's no substance underneath it. Because it's very easy to find it out just by simply Google searching you. It's easy to find out if you got any money, where you live. They dox people constantly. It's easy to know. You need real meaning. You need to know what you're building and why. Are you trying to become financially independent? Are you trying to build a skill? Are you trying to help your family? Are you trying to create options? What about avoid being trapped in a life you hate? Or what about becoming someone your future kids can respect? Hey, y'all, that matters because when life gets hard, hype will not carry you, only meaning will. Motivation will fade, meaning stays longer. Trends will change, meaning stays longer. People's going to doubt you, but that meaning will stay longer. You need a reason stronger than attention. Attention's cheap, purpose is expensive, and you pay for it with discipline. Think about this. Here's another one for you. You are not doomed, you're unexamined. This might be the biggest point. A lot of people think they're doomed. I'm behind. I don't know what I'm doing. I picked the wrong major. I'm broke. I'm not smart enough. I don't have connections. I wasted too much time. I don't know where to start. Hey, listen, man, you're not doomed. You're probably just unexamined. You have not honestly looked at your life yet. You have not asked the hard questions. What am I good at? What am I bad at? Where am I lazy? Where am I wasting time? Who am I trying to impress? What am I avoiding? What habits are hurting me? What skills do I need to build? What kind of work am I willing to do? What kind of future do I want? What am I doing every day that proves I want it? And those questions will change your life if you answer them honestly, not emotionally or dramatically or just honestly, because most people do not need a miracle. They need a mirror. They need to stop lying to themselves. They need to stop pretending they're confused when they are really just undisciplined. They need to stop pretending they're stuck when they're really just avoiding the work. They need to stop pretending that they need motivation when they really just need structure. Now, let me give you some plans to make this happen, some action steps, if you will. Here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to get out a piece of paper. I don't have a notebook here, but I would pull it out and show it if I did. And now don't get your phone. I mean, really physical paper and a pen or a pencil, whatever you got, if you even have any of those things anymore. I tend to keep a notebook and a pen on me at all time. Being as though I just said I didn't, let me just show you I do. Here's my notebook and my pen, okay? And I want you to write down 4 things. Number 1, where am I going? College, trades, business, career, military. Don't forget the military, apprenticeship, something else. Just be honest. Be honest with yourself. Number 2, what skills am I building right now that makes me more valuable? Not what you're thinking about, not what you're watching, videos about. All right. Number 3, what habit is hurting me the most? Staying up too late, spending money stupidly, hanging with the wrong people, scrolling for hours, skipping class, calling into work, avoiding hard conversations, eating garbage. I mean, be honest. Tell yourself the truth. Don't lie to you. That person in the mirror is the only person you can't lie to. Number 4, what one standard can I set for the next 30 days? All right. Now save a certain amount of time. Study an extra hour a day. Go to the gym 3 times a week. Apply for better jobs. Don't just sit there and wait tables. I know you're probably making decent money, but what could you do more with? Show up early. Stop eating out. Maybe cook something, Cut off distractions. All right, pick one. Do not try to rebuild your whole life in just one day. Just build one standard, then keep it. Because every time you keep a standard, you start trusting yourself more. And self-trust is powerful. Now, here is the real lesson, the big one. The empire did not fall because one group showed up to fight it. It fell because the system was rigid, arrogant, blind, fear-based, and unexamined. Do not chase one big thing. Build your fleet of skills. Build your skills on top of that. Okay? Build your habits, your discipline, your reputation, your money habits, your ability to adapt. Hey guys, girls, you're young. This is not a weakness. It's leverage, but only if you use it, because the truth is, at 18 to 25, you don't need to have anything or just everything figured out right now. But you do need to stop drifting. You do need to start building. You do need to start paying attention. You do need to understand that your future is not created by what you say you want, it is created by what you repeatedly do. So build those systems now. Build your standards, build your disciplines, build the skill stack now, because life is coming either way, whether you like it or not. And when pressure shows up, it's going to reveal what you built. All right, guys, it's been Chad Wade, and I'm him. And I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to see you on the next one.